Well, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I have a green tie on, and every once in a while it's going to key out with the green screen behind it, so that's something you can be watching out for throughout this forecast. But I want to talk about the clouds that we had over Springfield earlier today, because the kids in Springfield and a lot of kids in the Ozarks, spring break is over. So if your teacher asks you tomorrow, did you learn anything over spring break? You can at least tell them you know the difference between a cumulus and a cirrus cloud. Now, these cumulus clouds, they're kind of the fluffy cotton ball clouds that we had. A lot of times we call them fair weather clouds, like what we got today. It's low-level liquid moisture, and you compare that to the other cloud type that you can see in this image from earlier today is a cirrus cloud, especially right up here. It looks like a cotton ball, and you kind of just rip it and pull it apart, and you get this look because those are frozen ice crystals in the atmosphere that are getting blown around by the upper atmospheric winds, kind of giving that wispy appearance to it. With the tower cam right now, not seeing those clouds. Those clouds cleared out, the sun went down, and temperatures are going down with it. We're already below 40 degrees. We're colder right now than what the low was last night, and temperatures, they're feeling even worse once you factor in the north breeze that we have, 13 miles per hour, making that feels like temperature not so fun outside. Temperatures today weren't too bad. It was just colder than what we got yesterday, about 10 degrees colder. That's why I warned you that we're really facing with here in the Ozarks, and it's getting worse as we're getting later on into the night because we're setting up for a very chilly night that's going to be here on the table. Springfield, 16 degrees colder than where we were 24 hours ago. Look up by the lake, 23 degrees colder than just 24 hours ago. It's going to be a very cold night where everyone is getting below freezing. I'm expecting a hard freeze to take place. Right now I got Springfield forecasted at 25. If that happens, it's going to be the coldest temperature that we've experienced in March. You have to go all the way back till February until we had temperatures that were colder than that. And then we're still going to have winds on top of that, which means the feels like forecast for kids getting on the bus tomorrow morning, 17 in Springfield. A lot of places here in the teens, if not in the teens, in those low 20s. And really the warmest part of the day, it's just going to get us kind of barely out of freezing with that feels like forecast. Chilly day that's going to be there. At least it's going to be sunny. Plenty of sunshine. That's going to be the case for really the majority of this week. We don't get really rain chances to return until this cutoff low pressure system in the desert southwest that has been spinning for days and days. It's going to keep on spinning. We've got to wait for it to get a little push and a shove until it can come closer our way towards the end of the work week and return some rain chances. We're going to be on the cold side of a high pressure system. That's the right side of the high pressure system. Not a whole lot of cloud cover, a very dry air mass that's going to be in place. It's also a cold air mass, but we are getting sunnier for Tuesday. We are getting warmer for Tuesday as well. Here's the setup for that. That cold air, that cold Canadian air is rushing in on the backside of this jet stream. The jet's going to begin to push and shift out of the way, opening the door for warm spring-like temperatures to come in on Tuesday. And once they come in, they're going to be locked in place really the majority of the week that we're going to be having. We just have to get through a cold night, a cold Monday, and a cold Monday night until we can get that warmth that's going to be here. Temperatures for your Monday not looking too good. I think the warmest places are going to get is really those mid-40s. We'll have the sunshine. We will also have breezy winds that are going to make it chilly. But the good news is once spring arrives, and spring's happening on Tuesday, that's the first day of spring. It's actually going to feel like spring as temperatures will be climbing back into those 60s. Take a little peek at your full 7-day forecast. We're staying in the 60s once we get there. Rain chances, right now I got that forecasted on Thursday. I think the best place to see that rain is going to be scattered, but down to the south.
We just have to make it through one day before we're back into the 60s. I know, obviously, we will have a hard freeze tonight, correct?
Hard freeze, so really concerned about plants once you get those temperatures just below 32 in the 20s. Concerned about them. Bring them inside if you can, or at least closer to the home.
That's the advice I was going to give, Matt.
Oh, no, I stole it.
That's okay. It's almost like you might need to let your car run a little bit tomorrow morning, too. You could see some ice on your car,
Warm it up. Ooh.
Yes, but at least,
chilly.
like I said, it's only one day, guys. We just have to make it through one more day, and then we will officially be spring here this week, right?
It will be spring, and it will feel like spring, so good news on both sides of things.
Yes, that's what we like to hear. All right, thanks, Matt.